is an executive director with Skillmine. He shared a close association with the organization since 2026. He worked with different verticals within Skillmine, from finance to TA to HR, to ultimately realizing his forte in the field of business growth and efficiency. His role and responsibility encompass activities such as training, resource, initiating discovery, calls, qualifying leads, submission, negotiation, problem solving, business growth, customer relation management, operation management, account direction, formulating business strategies. His theory is always being undercommit or overdeliver. Also, he has been a part of various events, summits, and awards, helping him to further gain insights into world of technology. He have a brief with a tech company in formative years of his career, helped him shape himself as a techno-functional professional leader. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big round of applause for Mr. Ashwin Agrawal.
Hello. Hi, hello everyone. Thank you so much, Zoya, for the elaborate and the lovely introduction. Thank you so much, Gain Skills, for organizing this wonderful event. I mean, seldom do we get opportunities to interact with such industry leaders and get an opportunity to share, exchange insights, exchange ideas about one another's line of work. So truly blessed, really delighted and honored to have this opportunity out here. And I truly believe that I'm going to be a much wiser man today when I walk out of the room. So thank you guys, thank you gentlemen and ladies for your time. My name is Ashwin Agrawal. I'm actually one of the executive directors within Skillmine. And I mean, the crux of this discussion being cyber security. So one can spend hours, days, probably don't know what amount of time talking about it. But to just set the tone for this discussion, I'd like to call it Mastering the Tech Realm, Empowering Businesses Through IT Expertise and Fortified Cybersecurity. Now, I mean, cybersecurity, every aspect of our life right now is intertwined with cybersecurity and technology, isn't it? I mean, you want to order a pizza at home. You use probably Zomato, Swiggy. You want to travel from a place to another. You use apps like Uber, Ola, Meru, and whatnot. You probably want on-the-go entertainment, and you wouldn't want to catch a film or anything like that at the theaters. You have an array of OTT platforms to choose from. Now, the idea being here is that in this era of digitization, wherein it's become quite a part of our daily lives, it's probably inculcated so much in all of our daily activities. Cybersecurity becomes so relevant because ultimately what exactly are we trying to protect? Which is information, right? The apps that we are using, the logs that we generate out of it. So we want to protect the information, being like the apps or the websites or whatever softwares that we use. All of it, I mean, it's trustable, it's worthy of being trusted. All our information is secure. It's not falling into the wrong hands. So that is what we're trying to protect at the end of the day. And the importance of information has been highlighted by some of the very prominent historical figures that we have read about or we've come across lately. For example, a French leader, Napoleon Bonaparte, has clearly stated that war is 90% information. Wars, I mean, the face of war in the 21st century is what we commonly call information warfare, isn't it? So many countries, you see, if anybody is a follower of geopolitics, I mean, countries engaging with each other, trying to wage war through information, different sections of the society trying to wage war through information, or just two normal people trying to have a chat, and let's say there is a certain sense of disagreement. Again, the winner here is the one who has more information and who's got more accessibility to it. So, I mean, Definitely, war is 90% information as stated, and also as someone has stated rightly that the best firewall is a well-informed user. There is only so much you can rely on technology and AI and ML practices, isn't it? I mean, if the user himself or herself is well-informed, I believe probably half the battle is won there itself. So, again, I mean, the best firewall being the user, and I strongly believe and advocate this theory that a loss doesn't feel real unless it's personal. I mean, during the time of COVID, wherein I'm pretty sure all of us might have lost at least one of our loved ones, or if we were fortunate not to lose one of our loved ones, we might definitely know someone in our friend circle or someone in the professional network who has probably lost a loved one. I mean, really unfortunate for anyone to have gone through that. So, again, a loss doesn't feel real unless it's personal. So, we see every other day we keep on hearing news about data breaches. The database of Zomato has been leaked. The database of Swiggy has been leaked, Domino's. The most important data being Aadhaar. The other day I was coming through one of the news articles, I came across it saying that back maybe in, if my knowledge serves me right, maybe in 2018 or 2019, there was a massive breach of Aadhaar information. And according to a Gartner's report, 96% of the customer records are at stake whenever such breaches take place. Now, if you were to ask me, I believe कि 96% ही क्यों 100% ही कर देते फिर क्या फ़र्क रह गया 96 और 100% में. So, I mean, 23.2 million identities exposed each year, meaning 23.2 million individuals exposed each year. And if the repercussions are humongous, meaning 23.2 families exposed. So this is the idea, and I believe that, I mean, why does this happen? Why are we not able to tackle or encounter the challenges that fall within cybersecurity very nicely? I strongly feel it's just because of one reason, because we tend to forget that cybersecurity is a proactive approach and not a reactive approach generally. The mindset generally being that, okay, ये हो गया तो चलो ये कर लेंगे. The mindset is not that, okay, we must prepare ourselves so that this does not happen. We must prepare ourselves so that the next attack does not take place. And obviously, this challenge gets even bigger with a lot of external factors such as, I mean, as you all might be aware, India being probably now officially the most populous nation on planet Earth in this world. It's generating tremendous amounts of data every second. So obviously, the challenges also will increase directly proportional to the amount of data which is being generated. And a couple of reasons which I've highlighted out there is, I mean, I feel there needs to be a very strict cybersecurity culture that has to be inculcated within organizations. For example, change your password every month, or induce a BitLocker encryption, or some or the other policy. Probably that is up to the management to decide. But there has to be a very robust cybersecurity policy and a culture to be built around an organization, and also some radical steps need to be taken to ensure that these policies are followed. Also, the staff, the cybersecurity, there has to be a lot of awareness that is to be created, not just to induce the policies and to follow it, but the repercussions that might take place if the attacks or if probably some mishaps were to happen. So the awareness also needs to be created accordingly. And definitely, I mean, the staff, I mean, it's a three-step process, I believe. So it's people, process, and technology. So people, so you need to train the people accordingly, as I said. I mean, train them about the right culture, train them about the right protocols in place, and obviously take the radical steps as I've mentioned. Process, to ensure that the guidelines, the policies, the measures have been met properly, there have to be certain timely audits, probably some forensics, some metrics to measure. That should be the way forward in my opinion. And obviously the technology, the right tools need to be put in place, following all the three pillars, probably confidentiality, integrity, and availability, meaning the information should only reach out to those people for who it's intended to. I mean, the information should be reliable enough, and it should be available at the right place, at the right time, to the right person. I mean, it's just to set the premise. So again, would like to reiterate on this point that cybersecurity, people often mistake it as being a very reactive approach. But in reality, if it's dealt with proactively, I think probably half the battle is won there itself, and you are probably, you're probably in quite a right space, more so specifically. Moving on. So, would like to just lay emphasis on how Skillmine as an organization is committed to playing its part in ensuring that all the businesses that we collaborate with are probably up to date, and how we ensure that their cybersecurity posture is reliable and very robust. So one of our key service offerings would be obviously in the field of cybersecurity, wherein the comprehensive package includes services pertaining to the entire GRC, for example, managing compliances from maybe RBI, SEBI, IRDA, HIPAA, and various other compliances. Second, another aspect would be in the field of technology security, wherein it would include all your endpoint, network, data center, applications, cloud, which in turn would encompass services like VAPT, threat management, identity access management, and similar things like that. Another aspect would be providing shared and dedicated SOC services, wherein it would include the operations, the creation, management of the SOC services themselves. And last but not the least, I'd say the final aspect being creation of a BCM charter, a business continuity management charter, and its management and the effectiveness of it subsequently. Besides cybersecurity, Skillmine also has two verticals. Another key vertical or another key core competency would be in the field of digital transformation. So in the digital space, what we do is we create some really bespoke and modern full stack application development, wherein we work on some of the latest technologies like Flutter, Android, iOS, Node.js, full stack, developing some really modern mobile applications, incorporating the right practices within AI, ML, using RPA, data science, in terms of ERP, managing and development of some really bespoke solutions like Oracle HCM, Oracle Fusion, maybe SAP, a few names to just give you a rough idea. Another key vertical would be in the field of IT infrastructure, cloud, and data centers, wherein this has been the oldest and the longest bread butter service for Skillmine ever since its inception. So this would include probably anything and everything that's got to do with IT infra, covering all the horizontals and the verticals, with the horizontal being support, design, deployment, architecture, and stuff like that. In the verticals, it would be probably endpoint, user, compute, storage, backup, data center, and various things subsequently that would follow. Another area would be in the field of capability augmentation, wherein we try to supplement the existing tech staff of any organization, generally in a contract management mode. Generally, the approach is to probably engage for a longer period of time, because for any tangible result to achieve, obviously it takes some time. It can't happen in a very short frame of time. So that was to give you an insight about our service offerings. COVID, when it was during COVID, it gave us a lot of time to internalize, because the entire world had come to a standstill. Businesses were shut. People were fighting for their lives. Some visuals, some really disturbing visuals coming out there. So there was not much work to do from a scaling perspective, I would say, especially in our case. So we tried to utilize that time effectively to try to internalize and gain some real, genuine feedback from our customers, trying to address some key pain areas as to how we could solve the problems in a better, reliable, and a cost efficiency manner. So the first, we've developed some of our homegrown solutions, through which we try to address some of the key pain areas faced by these customers. The first solution in the kitty would be Skillmine Auth. It is nothing but just an IDAM solution, which facilitates unified authentication and authorization for multiple applications that might be running in the backend. For example, you might have a Salesforce application, you might have an Office 365 application, maybe a ticketing tool such as Jira or Confluence, or a variety of applications. It helps to integrate all those applications seamlessly over a multi-cloud architecture. Obviously, many of your applications being, some of them being on the data center, some of them being on your own cloud, or maybe in AWS, Azure AD kind of a thing, some of them being delivered to you in a SaaS model. So the idea being to provide seamless authentication and in the most flexible manner. So this was about Skillmine Auth. The second solution in the kitty would be Complement. It's just a portmanteau or a combination of two words, which is compliance and management. Through this solution, what the problem that we're trying to solve is we're trying to streamline the entire cyber GRC space within an organization. I mean, all the communication that takes place internally, the traditional approach is like it's through calls, through emails, pretty much manual, I would say. So just to automate the entire cyber GRC space. And also, how do we do it? So it includes a pre-packed content of certain libraries and governmental frameworks like NIST, RBI, SEBI, IRDA, catering to the governmental frameworks to certain industries, encompassing their different operational controls, so that you get a 360-degree visibility as to what is happening within your organization from a GRC perspective. And it also provides digital workflows and dashboards to manage all your risks, manage all your vulnerabilities, manage all the IT policies that you might be following within your organization, and probably through an RBAC mechanism, role-based access control. That is the approach that we have inculcated through this solution. The third solution in this kitty would be eCompass. If I were to just break down the syllables for a while, it's eCompass, meaning e-commerce platform as a service, wherein what we've actually done is it basically contains highly configurable modules and reusable components to cater to any e-commerce business or any e-commerce platform, as a matter of fact. So, Al Khalid's e-learning facility was built through this suite, which is an organization based out of Saudi Arabia. Sterling Accuracy, which is quite a household name in Gujarat in the healthcare industry. Its e-healthcare platform was built through this suite. Darwish Holdings, which is quite a name in Qatar in the retail space. Its warehouse management portal was built through this suite with components like the storehouse, logistics, payments, and various other modules following that. Not to bore you guys so much, so the last product in the kitty would be DataV. As the name suggests, it's a data visualization solution and an analytics solution wherein it provides you with the latest trends, it provides you with the latest analytics that would probably aid in decision making. It's got an ability to generate decision support dashboards. At the same time, basically the idea is to pull out data because an organization might have various sources of data that it might be having. So the idea being to pull out various sources of data and to correlate them, probably to avoid duplication and facilitate enhanced decision making. So that is probably the idea behind the products. And thank you so much. I believe that was it from my side, guys. And I'd be more than happy to take on any questions if you guys might be having. And I believe I was able to touch down a few relevant points. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you so much. Do we have any questions? We can manage one question. Anyone?
What interesting service we noticed, CISO as a service.
Right.
No, it was nice to notice that there is a service provided by you as CISO as a service.
Right. So
No,
the question?
Question is, a business model, you can say, due to meet the requirement, you have created a business model of CISO as a service. So, it is not a question, it is an observation and appreciation.
Oh, okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Agrawal, for such powerful session. And now I would like to call upon Mr. Sunil Kulkarni, CISO at Protein E Government Technologies Limited, to felicitate Mr.